Fury fears his cut may open up in the Wilder rematch and fires his old Cutman, gets a new Cutman. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We work and sign up for ESPN Plus below. Using my link, it definitely helps the channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys who have used that link. And we gonna just keep on trucking. 2020 is going on. Tyson Fury news. I haven't heard anyone really talk about this, so leave it to your boy Ego of Boxing Ego to talk about it. Tyson Fury has, looks like, gotten rid of his previous Cutman, and he's enlisted the service of famed Cutman Stitch DURAN. Right, this is a verified account. You see, he posted this picture a little less than a week ago. It's him and Stitch DURAN, you know, who's been in the game. Great. It kind of looks like Edward James almost a bit, but great Cutman. Great, you know, probably one of the most famed. He even does like UFC, MMA fights and stuff like that. He's a master. I don't know exactly how long he's been in the game, but shout out to him. So he's on board with Tyson Fury. And you see Tyson Fury, the message from Fury, it looked like he was in the top ranked gym. The Gypsy King says, "I'd like to welcome the best Cutman in the business to my team." You know, so I'm assuming that he's using him as the primary. You know, I don't know if he would need two Cutmans or, you know, whatever the situation is, but if I'm wrong in this assessment, then I look forward to some kind of correction, because either way, to me, I feel like this shows that he is worried about that cut, because he's utilizing Stitch DURAN for that cut or for his knowledge in the game, you know, and he's doing all these changes and amendments to his team. Ben Davison was on the team, and then now he's using a different trainer. He's going back to Andy Lee, as you guys see in the picture, working with the former fighter, trainer, author, Andy Lee. He's also working with nephew of the late great Emmanuel Stewart, you know, Sugar Hill. And he's kind of going back to his former days in boxing at the Kronk Gym. And he's trying to get it done with Wilder. So my thoughts are this. I'm making this video just to update the public and let you guys know what's going on, as I will from now until February 22nd with this fight. Biggest fight in boxing right now. Biggest fight on the calendar scheduled for 2020. I'm not mad at Tyson Fury for making changes. However, I will say this, like, first of all, making changes, if you feel this gives you your best opportunity to win, you better do it. This is a big fight. Wilder Fury. Wilder's a vicious, dangerous puncher. You want to be clicking on all cylinders. You want to make sure everything is as smooth as possible in preparation, because this man you see on the screen with a beard is dangerous. So for that reason, I'm not mad at Tyson Fury for making substitutions, switching people in or out, and doing whatever he feels is his best opportunity to win. That being said, and there is a big asterisk, the way Tyson Fury talks, what he says, it does not directly correspond or correlate with his actions. And this has happened more than one time. He says he beat Wilder 10 rounds to 2 and whooped him and beat him, and the whole world knows. And he's saying things like this, yet he is the one who's switching up his whole team. You know, I don't know if he's using Freddie Roach anymore. I don't think he's using Ben Davison. You know, they kind of parted ways for whatever reason. And now he's going to go back to this A team, if you will, this B.A. Baracus team that he formerly worked with and liked. And it's just the reality of it. Now his Cutman. And the thing that's interesting about the Cutman situation is he got Beijing. That looked like Beijing. the thing about the Cutman, I understand he had a nasty cut in his last fight with Otto Wallin. But the thing is this, you pulling out the big guns. Stitch DURAN, he's probably like the most famous Cutman. Rest in peace to Rafael Garcia. He was Mayweather's Cutman. He was a popular one, but Stitch DURAN is probably the most, like, he was in the Creed movie, if I'm not mistaken. So he's probably the go-to guy. So Tyson Fury, he was healing from the cut in this particular picture right after Otto Wallin fight. It was a nasty cut, people. Very nasty, and it ended up forming, I think it softened the skin, and you see it looked like almost like a bite pattern, top and bottom bite, like almost like someone bit his eyebrow, because it formed two cuts were created and his face was looking splattered. So again, I'm not mad at Tyson Fury for whatever he feels he needs to fix or to make sure it's pristine for this, but it still doesn't add up to what Tyson Fury depicts and what he says. He says stuff like, I'm the Gypsy King, and, I whooped him, beat him easily, and all this stuff. See, there's the cut right there. I beat him easily, and Wilder was easy work, and I got robbed and stuff, but he's switching out Cutman. He's getting rid of Ben Davison, going back to this form. He got two, he keeps doing it. Like, even the first fight with Wilder. Everybody knows Wilder's dangerous, but Tyson Fury, more so than what he's saying, he knows, because he hasn't fought Wilder with more than one trainer. Andy Lee, Sugar Hill for this time. Last time he worked with Abel Sanchez, Ben Davison, and Freddie Roach. He's trying to pull out all the stops, which again, if you're an elite team, you're $1 million team, you want to get the victory. So I get that aspect of it. But again, the only reason I'm bringing this up is it does not equate to what Tyson Fury tells us. Like, Wilder's a chump, he's a bum dossa, and this guy can't touch me, I'm the Gypsy King. You don't do these actions if you really believe what you're saying. You get what I'm saying? If you really believe that Wilder can't touch you and you're invincible and no man can be, all this stuff like that, this doesn't really look like it follows suit with what you've been saying. And that's my point exactly. So congrats to Tyson Fury for making modifications for his team. I don't believe what he's been saying about Wilder. I believe Top Rank and everybody, there's a reason they kept Wilder away from an immediate rematch. Wilder wanted the immediate rematch. And ultimately, I think the Wilder rematch would have been better for Tyson Fury. And that's funny how boxing works like that. I think the rematch happening straight away would have been better for Tyson Fury, because he is the more formidable boxer, if you will. He has skills and he uses his frame well. And if they would have immediately ran it back, you would have starved Wilder of the opportunity to grow, and you would negate his learning curve. Wilder started boxing late. Wilder is a guy who's kind of learning on the job. And I think him going into the rematch, having knocked out Dominic Breazeale in one round and having fought and cleaned up his work with Luis Ortiz and knocking him out viciously and sooner, I think this gives him so much experience in those two fights, as well as outside of the ring experience, like just the experience of being a star. People don't factor this in, but Floyd Mayweather, guys like that, that's a lot. That's a lot, because you have media obligations. You got to sign 5,000 gloves with your autograph. You got to do these little press junkets, and you got to do like Kathy Lee and Regis appearances and Breakfast Club. You got to do stuff like that. The bigger you get, people want a piece of the action. People want to talk to you, interview you, help you promote, your promoters. Damn, that cuts. It is pretty nasty. But, these are the types of things that come with the stardom. Like Conor McGregor, who wouldn't want to interview Conor McGregor before one of his big fights? You get what I'm saying? So that was all kind of new-ish for Wilder. That particular year was the first year where people actually started giving him a lot more credit. Not me, but other people in boxing. They were slow to catch on. They didn't give him credit after the Stavern fight. They said, oh, he had dehydration issues and this, that, and the third. And then by the time of the rematch, they said, oh, he's been MIA. He's not the same. But when he fought Luis Ortiz, Wilder made you respect it. You're like, okay, this guy's for real. Like, he battled some adversity. Luis Ortiz was definitely game, you know, definitely a threatening heavyweight. And through it all, he really persevered and stopped Luis Ortiz. And then he fought Tyson Fury immediately after. Now Wilder he has had in between fights a tougher schedule than Tyson Fury. Didn't get a lot of miles put on him like the Brazil fight. There was a couple punches thrown, but it was a 1-rounder. I think Tyson Fury, his plan backfired. Top Rank, Bob Arum, Frank Warren, their plan has backfired because this fight you've seen on screen with Otto Wallin was a lot tougher than anybody expected it to be, you know, and that puts mileage on a fighter because you went through a war, you had to dig down and battle with the cut. The fight really could have got stopped. Tyson Fury got hurt in the 12th round. I don't know if you guys remember that, and that's after he was throwing a million punches, couldn't knock down Otto Wallin, couldn't stop him, and you know, now you got this cut that you got to deal with, and this was an unheralded guy, so good luck against Wilder, you know, but whatever. He's switching out his team. It is what it is, but I don't know. I think he should have just did the immediate rematch. I think that would have been a better chance to beat Wilder than letting Wilder learn from his mistakes, grow as a fighter, grow as a star, and now he's the face of boxing. You see how Wilder looked very calm? To me, at least. He looked very calm at the press conference. Tyson Fury's doing all the theatrics and stuff like that. Wilder was saying his piece, but he wasn't out of his skin. In fact, Wilder seemed more animated versus Brazil than he did versus Otto Wallin. So we'll see how it all plays out. Tyson Fury definitely a skilled fighter, uses his frame well, but I think it's Wilder's time now, you know. But let me know what you guys think of the addition of Stitch Duran to Wilder's team. Or excuse me, Tyson Fury's team. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.